Hey, this is Randy from NerdOut. I just want to do a quick little thing before our next episode goes up. I just want to talk about actually one of my all-time favorite action figures. Yeah, that's pretty bold. Anyone who remembers Pursuit of Cobra, it was before that first movie came out, that Abomination, Rise of Cobra. But nevertheless, of course, a real American hero was the best G.I. Joe series. I mean, it was G.I. Joe, at least for me. But Pursuit of Cobra, damn, it came to be a surprise. Like, I believe these were sculpted by Boss Fight Studios, and they just came in, and it was like post 25th anniversary, and the 25th anniversary figures were great. Like, I really liked them. But the thing is the 25th anniversary figures, I mean, I've been there, done that. They essentially did new versions of the look and characters I loved. But with Pursuit of Cobra, what they did is they actually came in and they gave some creative liberties. They did a set of figures, and they were sort of limited to like their environment. So like desert, urban, jungle, and snow. Like, it really gave them a lot of character. And best of all, they were just so well sculpted. I could go on and on about the series Pursuit of Cobra. If you're not familiar with it, do some homework, because or I could do something later if it's of interest to you. But this Snake Eyes just, I mean, I'm gonna move this out. The packaging was pretty good. I think actually if they would have changed the blue and they made it more of like an orange. Now, granted, that would be a lot more of an homage to the original, but I just think it would have been it would stood out a little bit better. But overall, great artwork, great size, just like a nice small petite package. I wish the backs, of course, had the old school style art where they showed little squares of all the different figures that you could get. I think that would have really lent itself well to the whole concept of collecting and like going into a store and seeing what is available to collect. But anyways, I'm going to move that aside. I believe this figure, I'm going to get a better look here. I believe this figure was inspired by the Sideshow 1/6 scale figure. Now, I do have that, and I thought it was great. It was a great design. It was sort of taking the Snake Eyes that you know and love, and just sort of, I guess, making them more authentic to military. And again, I don't know a lot about military, so I really can't stand by that observation. But it's just really dynamic sculpt, lots of wrinkles and lines, and shit, my lighting sucks. There we go, a little bit better. Jesus Christ. I mean, look at the sculpt. I mean, all the lines in the shirt, just amazing. Like the wrinkles, it's near perfect. And then on top of that, not only did they just do such a great sculpt, but they offer you the option to use the V2 style head, the Visor Head, or the more, hold on, I'm gonna rip this fucker off. Oh, sorry. Or the more, goddamn. I'll get it. All right, or the more Commando head. So you got the Visor Head or the Commando head. Now, I admit I am a sucker for the Visor Head. Version 2 just struck a chord with me. It came out in '85, which was just, I was the right age, the right time, and you know, that's the one I go with. But this Commando head is easily as good and as cool, and probably more of a realistic look to it, I suppose. But I'm gonna put the Visor Head on because I like to look at that a little bit more. So other than the color's all black. He's got a little tampo there, and then his knee, which these are removable knee pads. Gotta have those, right? It's great. I think this is what I would call a flawless to near flawless figure. There is only one potential thing that could have been improved, and that's these little things dangling right down here. Now, I believe, and again, I'm not a military expert, but I believe they're supposed to go a little bit tighter like that. I don't mind the way it looks hanging. Like, it looks a little like there's some sort of like shit going on, and he's got stuff and gear hanging off him, but it doesn't bother me. But with that said, I think, God, I'm a mess. I think it's supposed to be a little tighter there. No big deal. Yeah, so under the head, let me show you some of these accessories. Now seriously. We've got the old school version 2 style sword. What a great thing. Little pistol, another little pistol. I think these all go to him. All right, so I think this is a little knife and the sheath. This was also sort of, I don't want to call it a flaw, but I think it looks a bit cumbersome hanging out there. But that's where it goes. I take it off. I mean, it's fine if you take it off. It's got a little hole, which is a little distracting or whatever. But all right, this has got to be my favorite accessory. It's the like Uzi with silencer. I mean, the attention to detail there is they actually have a removable silencer. Like, that's pretty insane. And on top of that, if you look here in this little holster, there's a little spare silencer. I mean, that's some crazy stuff right there. Some sort of machine gun. This is his, I think this is the sword to go with, even though it's not the homage to the original sword. It's the more, I think it's the better looking one. It's got like a painted blade, sticks in nice in the sheath. That's the one I go with. And then he's got 2 of them. So I guess this can go right. Oh, I guess you could do either. So that's cool. I mean, he is a ninja. He needs some swords. And then he's got his old school little pack that came with the original version. Cool. So he's got tons of accessories, a stand, and I think this was all for about $8 when it came out. I mean, this is my favorite Snake Eyes ever, other than the version 2, just for nostalgia. But as far as like honest to goodness, like sculpt, like, man, I just love this figure. I love this toy line. It is such with regret that this line ended the way it did, and as quick as it did. Now, Boss Fight Studios is continuing to do wonderful work with their Vitruvian hack figures. I like them, but you know, they just don't. They're not G.I. Joe. I can only imagine what they could have possibly produced if they would have kept going with Pursuit of Cobra. It was a huge disappointment that it ended. I wish the Boss Fight Studios was still doing G.I. Joe. I mean, and man, I love this figure. If you do not have this figure, I think it's pretty reasonably priced, also because it was sort of just, I mean, not sort of, it was re-released, I think it was about 2 years ago. I think they had a 50th anniversary 2-pack with the Storm Shadow, and the Storm Shadow is also an incredible figure. I highly recommend it. That one was a little bit more rubberier. Like, they just used cheaper plastics, as Hasbro over the years has taken a lot of terrible, lazy shortcuts. But man, what a great figure. I just wanted to share my love for this figure. This is on my top 10 all-time favorite figures. I don't have it written down, but like, whenever I look at this figure, I get a little, I don't know. You can, I get a little excited as much as you can with an action figure. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you share my thoughts. Boss Fight Studios, Hasbro, Pursuit of Cobra. Until next time, nerd out. Snake Eyes.